Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Woo! Your girls is a smidget little late today. Sorry. All right, everyone. Announcements for today. Earth deserves more than a day. It's now just 2 weeks away, bringing a whole week of environmental programs, April 20th through April 25th. Also, please donate to us on Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio or online at rainieravenue.world/donate. Please donate to help keep programs like Clean Greens Living going. And listen, I know I said last week I would have this flyer up, but I didn't get this flyer up. But if you check out, if you go to our Instagram, we have an event coming up this Saturday. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for Earth Day and to get our MEE garden prepared. So we will be up at the MEE garden doing some work, getting it prepared for planting and our Earth Day event on April 18th, same time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this Saturday, the 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and April 18th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will be up in our MEE garden. We are looking for volunteers and people to come help us get this garden ready for the summer. For our farm season. Also, if you are watching and thank you, Daniel. Yes, that is the flyer. Please come join us and our community partners to do some work in our MEE Community Center. And stay focused. Stay tuned. Look, I need to stay focused. Stay tuned for more to come because it is farm season and we are out here. We are prepping our garden spaces and we are out here prepping our farm spaces. It did flood earlier this year, but things are starting to look up for us. So please stay tuned for volunteer opportunities. Our CSA program is available to start signing up for. If you are not sure what a CSA program, it is a community supported agriculture, which means you, the community, pays for your produce in advance, and we grow the produce for you throughout the season. So for 16 weeks, you pick up farm fresh produce straight from the farm. The beauty of having a CSA is the fact that you get to talk straight to your farmer. You get to come and enjoy. You get to come and see what we do, how we do it. You get to talk about what you like, what you don't like. So really, please join us. And also our CSA program helps supplement our free food giveaway, which we bring produce back to our community and we give it out for free for those who cannot afford farm fresh organic produce. So please sign up you see the flyer, buy one, gift one. You can gift it to someone who in need, or you can gift it to a neighbor. So please join us for our CSA program and join us next Saturday in our MEE garden from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. to do some work, to roll up our sleeves and get this work done. All right, I'm super excited about our guest. The Lord knew what I needed today when he had Joe. Listen, Joe was supposed to be in a couple weeks ago, but we got our wires crossed, but everything happens on time because the Lord knew that I was going to need Joe today. Okay. So I'm super excited to have Joe Woods, co-founder and CEO of May I Make a Suggestion? I met Joe. You guys know if you've been watching, I've had me on and I've had Karita on, and we talked about sacred land and trust. I met Joe at one of these events, and just listening to Joe speak, I was like, okay, we have to have her on the show. because what she was talking about was mind blowing for me. And I hope that you are as mind blown away as I am when Joe joins me right here. Hey, Joe, you got to scoot over a little bit. What's going on, Joe? Look, me and Joe were connecting right before the show, and we was a smidge late. So Joe's going to put her microphone on. So, Joe, tell us about May I Make a Suggestion?
So May I Make a Suggestion is an education firm.
Mm-hmm.
We do workforce development. We do entrepreneurship. We do a program called the Four Seasons Series. And while we use these different avenues, these are really just vehicles to bring what we really are talking about, which is wellness.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people would much rather hear about how to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we bring it to the program. So we teach these things, but at the same time, what the underlying foundation of May I Make a Suggestion is it's about wellness. It's about how we eat, how we think, the words we say to ourselves, the words we say about ourselves, and how we interact in environments.
Nice. And I like how you do that because too, I came across this theory, Maslow's theory, about how people aren't going to hear what you have to say unless they have their basic needs met, which is food, shelter, and mental health, right? And so I love how you mentioned how, yes, we are here to teach about jobs and all that stuff, but at the deep core about it is the wellness. How did you even think to, of course, the need is a lot of people need jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you even think to make that wellness a core part of what you do?
Good question. I worked in a public organization for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was working, my mother got sick. She had Alzheimer's dementia. And she has always been, very, very involved in what she was doing as far as work.
Mm-hmm.
And as I did more research, what I understood is that Alzheimer's dementia is a lifestyle disease, which most of diseases that affect Black people are lifestyle diseases. And a lot of stress with work. And so what I wanted to figure out is how to continue to go forward in my work, but without being stressed out, without trying to, work myself at both ends of the candle, burn myself at both ends of the candle. And what I realized is as I changed my diet, as I started to meditate, as I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to pray, as I started to do yoga, the benefits from those lifestyle changes were much more beneficial than the next promotion. And it just became something that it was like a weight being lifted off of my shoulder. I don't care if I get the next promotion, but that attitude always got me the next promotion because I was so much more focused on myself and my self-wealth that things just started to come to me. And I wanted other people to understand that.
Yeah, I love that. And I just seen this video of Arsenio Hall saying something similar because they were like, I guess he was up for a role in Bad Boys and he turned it down because he was like, he had to focus on what was important and being present was important. And then when you talk about meditation and prayer and yoga, this one person was asking how do people, they basically was like they're tired and burnt out and how do people, and I started to realize that you can get a lot of rest, a lot of sleep, but if you're not taking care of yourself mentally, you're still going to be mentally drained. So I like how you touched on meditation and yoga. So you did that work and you felt better. So how do you start to speak that and get that translated into people? Because a lot of us, which I've been really even realizing for myself and just going through, are in survival mode.
Yes.
And when you're in survival mode, we ain't talking and thinking about like resting and meditation and yoga, but it helps. Like even for me, like I'm like you, like when I do stuff in the community, I have to question myself, and what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Am I doing this to be seen on camera, or am I doing this to bring change to people? What does that mean for me? So for people, like, yes, I came to that moment, but there's a lot of people who don't understand that. So how do you start to change the way that people are talking and thinking that don't get what you're saying?
There's a couple of things. Mm-hmm. Number one, we have 3 principles. And the first principle of MiMas, which is the acronym for May I Make a Suggestion? Mm-hmm. The first principle of MiMas is you are your work. And that's the foundation. That's where we start. A lot of us are believing that our work is to please other people. Our work is to go into work every day. But if you don't understand who you are and why you're here, then all of that is going to make for a mix of stew that you do not want to eat. It's mm-hmm. going to eventually, to continue with the metaphor, it's going to taste bland. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm doing the same thing every day, but I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for the persona mm-hmm. of who I think I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So that's why we start with that very first principle. We start our programs with an activity called the Legacy List, which is all about dreaming about the things that you want. And what I find, especially with older people in our community, they can tell you what they don't want all day.
All day, okay?
I don't want this. I don't want this. But then when you try to go to the polar opposite of that and get people to use different language, okay, you don't want to be sick. What does wellness look like? Mm-hmm. Okay, you don't want to be in a bad relationship. What does a good relationship look like? And I find that it's easier to do these activities with our young people. Mm-hmm. They still have the energy to dream.
Yeah.
And as we get older, we sort of box those dreams in.
Yeah.
And the young people are still fully open with what they believe they can achieve and also what they believe the world looks like. And we seem to get older and we start to think about things as a bit more dark, you know?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, we start with you. We start with you. And when you can see yourself in this grand scheme of things, and people will say, oh, you don't want to be selfish. Yes, you do.
Ooh, girl, can you say that again? Can you say that again? Because listen, as soon as somebody starts trying to make a decision, they tell them that they're selfish, but it's like, you can't pour from an empty cup.
No.
I was just telling someone that the other day. I'm like, listen, and it's so funny that you say that and I like to repeat it because people don't understand that. And I was like, at some point you have to be a little selfish because people will take and take and take and take and take because you're so open. I mean, I've learned that from myself, but I need you to repeat it from the people in the back that don't want to listen to me, but will listen to an expert.
It's more being self-filled. So if you don't know what you have inside of you, which is why a lot of our programs are dealing with brainwave cycles. Mm-hmm. If we don't know that 95% of the time we are in beta brainwave, which means we're always just going. If you don't know that you can slow this down and get into theta, and theta is the brainwave that is most dominant between 2 and 6 years old, mm-hmm. those are the imaginers. Mm. That is the high learning state. So if you're always in beta, if you're always moving and trying to figure things out, you're not giving yourself space to learn new things. So we start by talking about how our bodies work, because that's you.
Yeah.
And so if I can tell you that you have superpowers, then you get interested.
Yeah.
And a lot of programs that talk about wellness, that talk about entrepreneurship, that talk about workforce development, they're talking about systems outside of ourselves. MiMas is about what's already inside of you.
Mm-hmm. I've seen this thing, you can't believe too much of what you see on social media. However,
there are some things
that are real. And it's backing up what you're saying. I seen this video where it said, I can't remember, it was back in the day, NASA did this study on children, and they followed them through a lifespan because they were looking for people to cultivate to become employees eventually of NASA.
Mm-hmm.
And as they did the lifespan, as they did the testing over years, they started when they were in the ages of, you said 5 to 6?
Yeah, 2 to 6.
2 to 6. They started in that age, and they had so many geniuses, so many geniuses. But as they started to move from middle school to high school, the number into adulthood, the numbers dropped.
Yeah.
And the one thing that they said that they were looking for were creativity. They weren't looking for how well you did on a test.
Yep.
They weren't looking for how smart you were and how well spoken. They were looking for that creativity. So the fact that you mentioned that was kind of like, it's interesting. I like to bring these up and talk about how God works and moves within our systems or the universe, whatever you guys choose to call. I try to be respectful of what people want to call God. I grew up on God, and that's what I call him. How he works, and you just really confirmed that message that I got. It really is about being creative. Mm-hmm. And even for me, who grew up not at the, like I would have, people thought I was slow. To the point where I thought I was slow. I thought I didn't know anything. But as I got older and I started to be more within myself, I started to realize the creativity and my importance and how smart I am.
Yes.
And then to look at some of the adults, like you say, that are boxed into this theory and this thought that this is who I am.
Yeah. And
nothing can change. And it's the end of the rope for me.
Yes.
And that's not true.
We're here to grow. We're here to grow. And this is the best time for us to start talking about this. It's spring.
Mm-hmm.
We just celebrated Easter.
Yeah.
Rebirth, renewal, the things that are coming out of the ground.
Yes.
You're a farmer.
Yes.
Like we just ate arugula.
Yeah.
Arugula is in season. It's an astringent herb because during the spring, the things that are coming out of the ground are made to wash us clean from winter. We forget that not only our bodies work a certain way, but everything out in nature is created so that it will fit with exactly what we are going through.
Yes.
We have a little more energy now during, springtime because the sun is up a little longer. The days are a little longer. All of the fasting, religions are doing a lot of fasting during this season. Why is that? You already know, as being a farmer, there's not a large crop in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are coming up, the dandelions, the arugula, the roots, those things are to clean us out. This is the time. This is why we are all fasting during this time.
I just can't. Like, I know people be thinking I'm tripping, but it's like, I love meeting new people and having guests on the show because you guys bring new perspective, because we don't realize that it really, really starts with us.
Yeah.
It really starts with us. And when you talk about, like, yes, I am a farmer, and it's weird because I hate saying I'm a farmer because I be like, I'm just a director, but I'll be out here doing farming.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've learned in doing this work for the past couple of years is when you are out in nature, because you just said this stuff all ties in. When you are out in nature and you are putting your hands and your fingers in the dirt, and some people say farm without shoes on. I'm still learning that. I grew up in the city, so I haven't taken my shoes off yet. I'm still baby steps because I grew up in the city.
Right.
However, farming with your hands and your feet connects you back to this earth, and people don't realize how connected we are to Mother Earth. My 10-year-old, I know everybody says they shouldn't have social media, and yes, he does some very 10-year-old things. But one thing that this little boy has been doing is been sending me things about eating healthy.
Yes.
And even when we talk about like our hands and the connection, he sent me this video about how we eat with a fork, and how the fork is something dead, and eating with your hands. When you put your hands on the food, your hands touching the food tells your body and gets your body prepared for the nutrients it's about to take.
Nice.
Whether or not that was a true video or not is true. It's true, if that makes sense. Like, it makes sense that your body will touch this nutrients. Like, you talk about how magical we are and we have superpowers. Yes. Like, me and Joe met a couple of weeks ago, and Joe was talking about how the things that we say in our words. And Greg, thank you for that reminder before we got on the show, the messaging that I was saying to myself. But the words that we say, that we can will things and we can have things coming, it's a superpower. And I tried that theory out, y'all. I tried that theory out, and I told you, this is why I love Joe, because I tried that theory out, and I was like, Joe, I know it was just as small as a parking spot. However, I went to an event with some friends, and we're on Capitol Hill. It's like late at night. There is no street parking, and parking is like $30. And I couldn't imagine myself paying $30 for parking. I just was like, no, I'd rather much go home. And so in that moment, I thought about the words that Joe told me about how the words that we speak out, the words that we say matters. Mm-hmm. And so I said a little prayer. I was like, Lord, please give me a parking spot where I don't got to pay for parking and I can just go to this place. I wasn't even like being picky about it. I'm just like, give me a parking spot within a couple of blocks of it and I got to walk far. When I tell you, I didn't know where I was going, right? So when I tell you I parked and I put my GPS in, okay, like how far do I got to go? Where am I going? Literally found a street parking for free, and I was across the street. I was across the street. Like, it is those type of things that blows me away. And when you listen to people and when you're open to this kind of conversation, I can't even explain it. It just blew me away. So how did you come to this? Like, let's talk about this, because I don't even have a question to even ask, because it's just like, how do you explain this to people? They not think you're crazy.
Well, people are gonna think you're crazy.
Okay.
People are gonna think you're crazy until you show them evidence of your manifestation. Mm. And I have been able to understand that it's not just our words, it's our expectation. Mm. So you can say, give me a parking space, give me $500,000, but if you don't expect it, then you're just saying words. And the vibration of those words, that's what matters. So you have two organs in your body that have electromagnetic energy. One is your brain and one is your heart. Which one do you think has more electromagnetic energy?
I'm scared to get this answer, but I want to say your brain.
It's your heart.
It's your heart?
5,000 times more electricity comes from your heart. And you can't just think of your heart as a pump, but everything comes back to your heart and how you feel. Mm-hmm. And so when we talk about ourselves, and even before I get to that, when we talk about other people, what we are saying about other people, it's really what we're talking about for ourselves. It's the truth. But it's projection. It's projection. But when you're talking about yourself, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. And so even if you're joking, I'm so clumsy, your subconscious is like, okay, we're clumsy. So I'm going to keep creating circumstances. I'm going to keep replaying things so that we can reinforce what you believe about yourself. Wow. Your subconscious does not know the difference. So I don't even remember what you said.
No, I was supposed to say, because you said something on point, but we're running out of time, so I'm going to have you come back too. Okay. But before you leave, 2 minutes, how can someone start, because hopefully you can come back and we can finish this conversation. It doesn't have to be the next couple of weeks, but we can come back and finish this conversation. How can someone start to learn to retrain their brain to think positive about themselves?
There are two very simple ways. Number one, just start with 5 minutes a day. of just sitting in silence. And I don't mean that in a way of, okay, you got to stop thinking. Just sit and watch your thoughts. And you'll know what you say about yourself because those things will keep coming up. Don't even try to stop it. Just sit and let your thoughts do their thing. The other thing, and it's a very, very important thing, watch what you're eating. We really do have a connection to nature. The things that are coming out of the ground and off the trees right now are connected to us.
And in season.
And in season.
Wow. And I love that because it's like as we start farm season, we grow and we do what is in season. So stay connected. Joe, this is not her first rodeo, her first time going to be here. She's going to be back hopefully soon. If not, you will see her around because you're going to be helping out in the garden.
Yes, I am.
When you have time.
Yes, I am.
And we're gonna maybe hopefully have a workshop or something. Let's talk about. Look,
let's do it.
Not to put you on the spot.
Not to put you on the spot.
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm ready for it.
People need to understand this, and this conversation needs to keep going. Like even in the times that I hang with you, it is very helpful to me. Like I have been sitting in silence, like complete silence. Like, yes, I do meditation music, but lately I have been just sitting in complete silence. So you are reconfirming things that has been shifting and happening in me since I met you.
Good.
So I hope that you are proud of the work. Where can people find you?
So we are, if you are looking for us on our website, it is MiMasLLC.org. We're doing some work with the Urban League and with Community Passageways right now. Please go look at our website, see what we have to offer, and check us out.
Yes, thank you. Say that website one more time.
MiMasLLC.org.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe, for joining us. We really appreciate you.
No,
all right, guys.
wonderful. Thanks.
Have a good Tuesday.